Welcome, Idaho. All right. We are getting some live stream going. And we are good to go. Okay. Okay. Welcome everybody to another Wealth Coach Team Q&A. We do these once a month. Drop your questions down in the chat, and I will answer them as they come about. How today works. I'm going to run through a little bit of information. I'm Tanya. I'm the Wealth Coach Manager at TARDIS. Some of these names, I know it's great to see some of you again. Thanks for showing up today. Bear with me as I keep letting people in, okay? But I'm going to run through a few things, and then we're going to go through a live strategy build. I see we have a couple or one of our wealth coaches here. Kimberly, welcome. Kimberly is on the wealth coach team. She's been with TARDIS for some years now. Kimberly, can you pop off, activate your microphone so that you can do a quick intro of yourself, please?
I'm so excited to be here. I love answering questions about people and when you're interested in TARDIS. So I have been part of the TARDIS family for over 3 years now. And during that time, I have built my income snowball that's helped my family in many ways. But I've also been lucky enough to help people build their income snowball from different avenues, right? Whether they're starting out with a 401k, a big rental portfolio, or just starting out with cash flow. So it's been one of the most rewarding positions I've had, and I'm excited to be here and answer any questions for anyone.
Okay, if this is your first time showing up for a TARDIS event, drop a 1 in the chat. Nobody? No. Oh, we do have a novice. Oh, a couple. Welcome for your first time. And like I said, at any point, feel free to drop some questions in the chat. We will get to them. Okay. But let me kick off. We're going to run through a couple of things, and then we're going to dive into showing you how a strategy works. So let me share my screen a minute. Can everybody see my screen? Okay. And we do have to let you know, we've got a couple more wealth coaches that will be popping in and out. So we'll have a couple more introductions to make here momentarily. So essentially, what is TARDIS? What is an income snowball? TARDIS, we are a coaching company, and we have a patented system that we use with every single individual that we come across. We have no cookie cutter standard. Everything is personalized. Why is this? Because where you're coming from is unique to you. What you're working with is unique to you. Where you're working to get to is unique to you. So every strategy that we put together is catered to each individual. Okay. Excuse me. So, what is an income snowball though? It's a method of cash flow stacking. Again, working within all of the parameters that you have. What else do we do at TARDIS? We're going to walk you through exactly how to do that. Okay. You work with every client at TARDIS has 2 coaches, a client success coach and a wealth coach. Your coaches work in harmony with each other. You have a double check system. What do the coaches do? They're going to walk you through every detail that you need to bring your strategy to fruition, whether it's purchasing assets, understanding different kinds of investments, understanding due diligence, understanding how this fits into your life, into your world, and exactly what you can do with this. How to use your strategy to take a discount on your living expenses, whether these are planned expenses or unplanned expenses, right? The appliances that died, the car that needs repairs. Your coaches will walk you through exactly how to use that. Okay. So they have a short-term vision with you, but they're always keeping their eye on that long-term vision. What might be a long-term vision? Oh, maybe it's paying down debt, getting that mortgage paid off. Maybe it's creating income. Maybe it's to purchase other investments. Maybe you're interested in purchasing real estate. Perfect. Your coaches are going to walk you through exactly how to do that step by step. I'm going to pause for another introduction. I saw Saquana jump on here. Saquana is another of our wealth coach team. Saquana, are you able to come on that you can
Yes,
do an intro? Good.
yeah. Hi, everybody. I'm not on video because I'm about to walk out the door. I have to pick my son up. So I am in Maryland. I've been with TARDIS since 2021 as a wealth coach and a client. And yeah, I love what I do. I love what I do here. So, if you guys haven't had strategy sessions yet and you're looking to do one, I'd love to meet with you right along with the rest of my wealth coach colleagues. And if you have already done strategy sessions and you have questions, this is the perfect time to ask all of them here on this call so you can get everything answered because we'd love to have you join us and reach those goals that you have. So that's all I have, Tanya.
Thank you, Saquana.
Welcome.
We have a fantastic team. I love our team members here. We show up. I'm gonna dive into this for a moment before we jump into building a strategy. We have been doing this $1,000 cash flow challenge. If you're interested in joining, we are in the last week of it. This will come about again, but there is no time to harness your future like today. You can scan this QR code. You can still jump in there. All the classrooms are still open from weeks 1 to 3, and you'll be able to play catch up. But there's the cash flow challenge. Dive in. You'll get to interact with Kimberly, Saquana, and another wealth coach, Desmond, who have been very active in there, responding to comments, asking questions themselves of people who are interacting. So by all means, check out the cash flow challenge. Now, let's talk about what goes into building a strategy. Some of the basic parameters. First, what are you looking to accomplish? Let's assume does anybody want to be really transparent with we'll make them vague numbers, okay? They don't have to be 100% specific numbers. Anybody want to share some of some of their potential information? And I'll walk you through what your strategy would look like for you.
This
Okay,
is a unique opportunity for someone to kind of get a live strategy session on play and kind of really
mhm.
understand how the snowball works. So raise your hand. Someone, it would be
Okay.
great for you.
Oh, okay. I'm kind of new. I still haven't actually made any investments. I put money in saving, in an account so that I can go on and move on it. And then I kind of got a little scared because I couldn't decide what to invest in. But I really only can put about $500 a month towards a snowball. And so I,
Okay,
yeah,
let's
okay.
let's start there, Emily. Let's start with basic basic income. What comes in each month?
Okay. I got about between 9 and 10,000 a month, but my expenses are about that as well, so
Okay,
I
okay.
don't really have much more than that.
All right. Is this, Emily, does this all come from your wages? Is this working income? Is some of this from other investments, real
Okay,
estate?
I just retired this past year, and
Okay,
so it is from Social Security, and then it's from my pension,
okay.
and so that's why I'm kind of like fixed
Yeah,
income at this point. Okay.
yeah. Let's go with 9,000. How's that sound? We're gonna say that this is, right? This is your fixed income. So bear with me as I do some clicking. You guys can see what I'm doing, right? Okay, okay. I wanted to make sure. Sometimes it's tricky when you share a screen. Okay, so this is Emily's fixed income. Emily, let's talk about your expenses now. Do you have a mortgage?
Yes, I do.
Tell me about your mortgage, if you would, please.
It's like 3,400 a month.
Okay. How much is owed on that mortgage?
Um, like 480.
Right. What's the interest rate?
3.2.
And 3,400, is that principal and interest, or does that include what you pay to escrow?
That includes escrow for insurance and for
What goes to escrow? If it's
oh
a rough amount.
I don't know. I don't know.
$1,000?
Yeah, probably a little more because I it includes insurance and
Okay.
taxes. Yeah. So
All right.
okay. My current monthly payment is 3,400 that I pay a month, including escrow.
Okay. I'm going to take off what goes to escrow. Why do we do that? This is important to separate it out because what you pay to escrow, even after your mortgage is paid off, we still have to pay insurance and taxes.
Hmm.
So while you're going to free up some cash flow when your mortgage is paid off, that portion, that other 1,200 a month, is still going to get paid out. Does that make sense?
Hmm.
Okay. Does 27 years, does that sound about right for what you have left on your mortgage?
Yeah, about.
Okay, okay.
And maybe just so all of our US interested people know that Tanya is actually abroad. So when you're looking at the date, that's not actually January, that is the February date.
Yes, thank you for the clarification, Kimberly. Do you have other payments that go out, Emily, for maybe car loans?
Um,
Uh,
I I have really a lot that goes out for insurance.
okay. Tell me about your insurance that goes out.
Oh my gosh, it's right now it's like $1,200 a month for myself, and
Okay.
then for my husband it's another 600 a month.
Okay. Is this medical insurance?
No, this is life insurance.
Okay, life insurance.
Yeah.
Okay. Any other debt payments that you have?
Um, I have credit cards, but I try to pay them off every month, and
Okay.
so can't really, you know,
Yeah, yeah. No, that's
because
good.
yeah. But I have some subscriptions that are probably a couple $100 a month. Yeah.
Okay, what if we lump together everything else that goes out in the month? If there's no other debt payments, no car payments, what if we put together everything that goes out? Food, entertainment, subscriptions, utilities, all those things you will continue paying.
Yeah, I mean, all those other things. That's what I'm saying, that basically is pretty much, I don't really have too much left over after I pay everything
Yeah,
out. Yeah.
okay. Comes to three, bear with me. So
Okay.
about $3,000.
Okay. Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Yeah. Hmm.
All right. So now if we structure this based on your current cash flow, now this might be a little bit generous. So this comes up with, based on the numbers we just talked about,
Hmm.
$800 a month in cash flow. Okay.
Okay. All right. I don't see it, but okay.
So what does this mean? Bear with me. I'm going to change this. That $800 a month, though, what does that turn into in a year and in 3 years? Those are the numbers that we're going to look at right now. Okay,
Okay.
so you get a full behind the scenes sneak peek of what a strategy looks like.
Okay.
Okay. And bear with me, we do take more time than this to put one together.
No, it's
We,
okay.
you're getting the Cliff Notes version.
Okay.
I think
But
there's
what
an
is
echo on. I wonder if it's Emily's has us on speaker.
Oh,
So there's an
okay.
echo among everything else. Sorry about that.
okay? So now if I look at your $800 a month, okay? Right now it is February of 2026. So let's look at February of 2027, right? 1 year out. Your $800 a month has turned into $13,000 in asset value, right? Meaning the assets that you've purchased with your strategy are now worth $13,000. Now let's do it because every strategy takes a couple of years to gain some momentum. So we were at February of 2027. Let's look at 2029. March, right? About 3 years out, March of 2029, that $800 a month is now worth $38,000. Okay. Does somebody have a calculator handy? Would somebody calculate that? $800 by 36 months. What does that come to? Pop off your mic and tell me what that number is.
22.22.
Yeah. Did you do 800 times 36?
Oh, you said times, my bad.
Yeah, sorry.
28,800.
28. You've had on $800, you've had $10,000 of growth in 3 years. Not too bad, right? Pretty good, actually. So let's do it let's do it in terms of the cash flow it's creating. $800 a month, right? We looked at here. In 1 year, you're generating $500 a month in cash flow. I'm looking at this blue number, this fast burning fuel. This is our internal terminology for the types of assets you're purchasing with your strategy. $800 a month in 1 year is producing $500 a month in cash flow. Let's do that same thing. So for 2029, back up a little bit. Now we're at $1,900 a month in cash flow. That's the exciting part of a strategy, right? You're producing regular, predictable monthly cash flow that continues to grow. In 1 year, you've seen that growth, but then look what it does over 3 years' time. We're talking about $800 a month. Many of us have between at least $300 a month that we're looking to do something with. Does that all make sense? Any questions on what I have shown you here?
What was the loan investment amount?
The loan investment amount. Could you clarify?
Not including your cash flow.
$800 a month.
Okay, but there, without taking out a loan and investing, I'm a little
With,
confused.
okay, yes. Mario, excuse me. So what does that mean? Right? Yes, we're front loading every investment purchase that you make. So that's starting with $4,000 leveraged, meaning other people's money. $4,000, you use it to purchase assets. Okay? These assets in turn are producing cash flow. In 1 year, that $800, right, for 1 year has created $500 a month in regular predictable cash flow. Did I answer your question, Mario?
Yeah, it does, but the when I'm going through the like the investors that TARDIS uses,
Yeah.
um, because they're talking about getting a line of credit,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And I mean, that wasn't, they weren't, from what I understood, maybe I'm missing it because they were talking about taking a line of credit,
Mm-hmm.
so you don't have to take out a line of credit.
It's not obligatory, right? But what benefit is there in investing other people's money and you getting the return? Does
Okay.
anybody know the benefit in there? You're earning on other people's money, right? Which is why banks have been doing this for hundreds, thousands of years. Okay. But again, the cycle of which you're doing this for diversification, for the creation of cash flow, for long-term stability, that's what we're going for. It's different than saying, oh, I'm going to pull out $80,000 and invest it and we dump it all in one location. That's not safe leveraging. Does that make sense? So we're doing this in small layers, right?
Yes.
Micro investments, small layers to produce regular, predictable monthly cash flow.
And for how, okay, so, but if
Yeah.
you do take out a line of credit,
Mm-hmm.
then you're flipping it again.
Mm-hmm.
So you're not doing flipping then, or you are?
Yeah.
How does that
Yep.
work? You're just
Yep.
using your own cash flow.
You draw the line of credit, you purchase assets with it, use here, Emily's 800 in cash flow to replenish that line of credit, and it's replenished within 4 months, 5 months. And then we do it again. And we replenish it again in 3 months, 4 months, somewhere right in that time frame.
So
So you
you,
are doing it.
so it's quicker if you put in a line of credit.
It is quicker because it builds momentum. You're using somebody else's money to create that initial level of cash flow, but now you're front loading every investment. We can run through another calculation. Mario, I can tell that you've thought about this, right? Another calculation. Okay, let's reverse calculate it. That same $800 a month. Okay, we set aside that $800 a month. How long does it take to save up 4,000? Anybody can calculate it? Anybody? You can take your mic off.
A year?
Roughly, right? $800 a month.
Maybe
And here,
15.
Sorry. So
yeah,
for to make it 4,000, it's 4,000 divided by 800. It's 5 months,
yeah, yep.
right?
It's 5 months. And we're doing it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? We're replenishing that cycle in a slightly shorter time. But now we have that initial layer of cash flow. That's what this turquoise line is, right? This is each layer of cash flow. So now we have this layer of cash flow, but now we're ready to do another, right? We're still only putting in our $800 a month. Now we have 2 layers of cash flow, right? That flip that you just talked about, Mariano, or excuse me, Mario, that's what this is. And now we're doing it in 4 months. And now we're doing it in 3 months and 3 months. Does that make sense? Because we front load every investment and then we replenish it with that $800.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But how does that work with just the cash flow? Is it the same way? Maybe I missed it. I'm sorry.
I mean, you could use it, you could invest that initial amount with your own money. Your risk is greater, your return is not as high, right? Is it doable? 100%. Is it doable? The leverage is what's going to give the momentum. That's the saving grace for most of us because we don't have, right, our current system of wealth, which is what you're talking about, this buy and hold, right? This relying on compounding. Most of us don't have the reserves to be able to do that long term. because that $4,000 amount is going to continue to grow because the cash flow keeps growing. So we don't have the reserves, but also we need that momentum working for us. And the leverage is what's going to power us through. It's going to give us that momentum because every investment we make, you front loading it. Now, why not do both? Even if you have your own cash, what if you can do both? What if that's an option? And now you can accelerate even more. I'm going to jump into some more questions here.
I have a question.
Yeah.
How do you manage? So you just said you take the HELOC, you do
Mm-hmm.
your investing,
Mm-hmm.
and you use your funds in this example, $800 to repay your HELOC, and you start the cycle again.
Mm-hmm.
How do we handle emergency funds?
Yeah. Now, are you a client right now?
I was not now
You are.
anymore.
Okay. Okay. Because I was going to say, right, how everybody needs to handle their emergency funds. That's ideally the conversation you have with your client success coach. Because what does that look like? Again, every strategy is so uniquely built. So what does that liquidity need to be? Well, for some people, right, $10,000 is several months worth of living expenses. For other people, that same figure is $100,000. So emergency funds, how accessible do they need to be? What amount does that need to be? Are there places to allocate those investments and maintain that liquidity status? There sure are. I'll use a personal example. We were looking at purchasing something. We were looking at purchasing a boat, and we had kind of a rough cost of what we wanted to do, how much we wanted to spend, but our time frame was vague. It wasn't a pressing thing. We just knew it would be in the next few years. So in the meantime, we used our snowball. I've been a client since 2017, used our snowball, allocated to somewhere that was liquid, where I knew that if we came across that boat, I would be able to use those funds. In the meantime, I didn't need to because I knew what my cash flow was, and I got to use my cash flow to do that. But that liquidity, right? That's a real question. Can we use our emergency funds? Well, that depends, right? How accessible are they? Do you have another backup? Right? What do all of those details look like? And that's one of the main benefits of having a client success coach and a wealth coach who walk you through those decisions. Does that make sense? Linda, you said how long will the school classroom remain open? It is, let's see, we're on the last week of it, so it'll stay open. I can ask Lindsay for clarification, but at least a couple more weeks. Maybe Saquana or Kimberly know otherwise.
I'm not sure
No.
either.
Yeah, no, I
Okay.
don't have any more information.
Okay, okay. Suzanne, how I answered that? Did that answer your question?
It does, yeah.
Okay, okay.
Thank you.
Let's see. Yeah. Marikita, can you use a HELOC to do this? Yes, absolutely. Use a HELOC. It's about leverage, but it's about smart leverage. Leverage means we're purchasing assets with it. What are assets? Assets produce cash flow. Okay, so smart layers of cash flow being put together. We use the mathematics to maximize your positioning 100% and your time frame. What year did I start this? Janet. So Janet, what's unique about Emily's strategy here is that she's technically already financially free to get this financial freedom date. She's already working with income, pension, and Social Security. So the objective for her is to be able to use that $800 to continue to grow, to produce additional cash flow. We can, paying off the mortgage, freeing it up for other life expenses. Let's see, you have the HELOC. Okay. What other questions do we have? It's quiet today.
Can I use my,
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Yep. Mario, you want me to put some numbers in here?
yeah,
Okay. Let me 1 second. I heard somebody else turn their mic on. What was the other question?
Well, I have a bunch of questions. And I don't know. I mean, you can answer the first questions. I'm pretty new to this, but I have few questions that I need some clarity on.
Okay, can you drop some of them in the chat? And while Mario is giving me some numbers, maybe we can come up with some answers to your questions.
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. What are we changing here, Mario?
okay, my income is 45.19 a month.
Is this from a W-2 job?
I work 2 days a week
Mm-hmm.
and I'm retired. I work, just 2 days a week on
Mm-hmm.
Social Security and a small IRA coming in every month.
Okay.
And my monthly expenses are 3,044.
Okay. Does this include, do you have any debt payments or anything?
I have a small mortgage of $400,
What's the balance owed on that mortgage?
just under 28, 27.5. And I have a credit card,
Oh, hold on. Bear with me. I'm not that fast. What's the interest rate on your mortgage?
3.87, eight something seven, all right,
Yeah,
something like that.
that works. And you said 400 a month is the payment?
Yes.
You have 6.5 years left on that,
And I have a
roughly?
credit card
Okay.
of 6,000, maybe 500. And that's basically all the debt that I have.
Yeah, what's the interest rate on your credit card?
It's on an introductory rate right now, zero interest for 15 months.
When does the 15 months run out?
In about 11 months.
Okay. Is the priority to make sure that's paid off? Do you have a plan for that 6,500 after that card is paid off? Or excuse me, after that introductory time period runs out?
Well, I'm gonna try to pay it off.
Okay. With savings?
Um, I do have a small savings,
Okay.
but I do have some gold
Okay.
that I'm
Okay.
in the process of it, of cashing out.
Yeah. Okay, what about your other expenses? I've got something wrong on your mortgage here. Let's see. 27.5, you said, as in 27,500, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, maybe this is right then. Okay. What about taxes and insurance on your
I
home?
pay quarterly on, well, twice a year on
Yeah.
property tax, which
Hmm.
is close about 2,800
Okay.
a year.
Okay. And what about insurance?
And pay my fire insurance comes out with the mortgage, but I pay a flood insurance for it's what is it? 100 and it's 345 every 3 months, every quarter.
Okay.
So it's about a little over 1,200, I think.
1,200 a year. Yeah. Okay. So between the two of those, we're at about 330 monthly, if I break it down monthly. And what about everything else that goes out in the month?
Well, I got internet. You want every,
Yeah, what it comes up to. Fuel for the car and
um, yeah,
groceries and entertainment and travel and everything else that goes out in the
well, I
month.
pay health insurance, um, my wife out of our pocket, which is 325.
Okay.
My
If you added it
utilities
all up, what would it come to, Mario?
a year.
Yeah, a monthly basis.
Oh,
All of the other expenses that go out.
oh, total
Yeah, total.
well, the total expenses that I have
Yeah.
is 3,044 a
Three
month.
3,044. Does that include the mortgage?
Yes, everything.
Okay.
And I have a cash flow at surplus at about almost 1,500.
Oh, okay. Good. Okay. So I got you close. And that's even with making sure that we get that card paid off. Okay. What are we looking at here with that about 1,500 a month, right? You're doing you're doing that similar cash flow layering, okay, as it continues to grow. So 1,500 a month. What are we looking at a year in? Well, you're at 22, almost 2,300 for assets that you've built. Let's do the same thing 3 years in. 3 years from now, you're at 68,000.
68, is that yearly?
68,000, that's the value of the assets that you've built.
Okay.
I have
And
to be honest, I like this number because I come from an accumulation methodology, right? Where for so many years it was buy and hold. Okay. So when I look at asset value, right, what is my real estate worth? What's its asset value? You're still purchasing assets, they're producing monthly cash flow, but they're still growing in value additionally. Okay. What does monthly cash flow produce look like? A year out, you're 1,500, or we have it at 1,400 roughly. It's at $840 per month. I'm looking at that blue number. And then if I look 3 years out again, right, we're at $3,500 a month in cash flow being produced.
is that
Based
with
on that
a line of
1,400 a month.
credit or just my cash flow?
That's your cash flow being produced on a monthly basis from your assets in your
Okay.
snowball. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'm gonna jump over here because I want to make sure. Let's see here. Maybe there we go. Not that one. So if I'm gonna pull this open, if you guys are ready to schedule a strategy session, right? You can meet with Saquana, you can meet with Kimberly. I did not check to see. Do we have any other wealth coaches that came on since? If you came on, activate your microphone so you can answer some questions
I don't
or
see anybody
introduce
else,
yourself.
Tanya.
Okay, okay. And I'm gonna jump through some of these other questions. Let's see that are on here. But you can use this QR code schedule, you can see exactly what your strategy looks like for you, structured on your numbers, what your wealth coach is going to do, Kimberly or Saquana, who are here, right? What they will do, they're going to go through a bunch of questions with you. They want to get a really good understanding of what you're looking to accomplish, what you've been doing. They'll take a financial snapshot to be able to build a strategy. Again, this was ad hoc. So you guys could see the behind the scenes what's happening. Okay. So they're going to put more time and effort into it, walk you through more options that you have available. They'll do that on your first meeting, right? Asking you questions, understanding where you are financially, what you're looking to accomplish. You guys get together again. They're going to walk you through all the details of your strategy, exactly what it looks like for you, what it will look like for you working with a client success coach on a monthly basis to bring your strategy to fruition. Yeah, answer some of these questions. Do we help clients get a line of credit? We absolutely do, right? Your coaches are double teaming. And so you'll have one that's helping you get a line of credit while you're getting ready for your next meeting, putting together details. If you already have a line of credit, great. Okay. Who don't have a HELOC to start the program? Yep. They'll walk you through exactly, or potentially you have other leverage options that are already there and available to you. Many people don't know about these leverage options. Is our fee negotiable? It is not. It is a one-time for first year paid upfront fee. It is not negotiable. If there are some savings, why can't we use our savings to do investments? You certainly can. The purpose of the leverage is to help build momentum, right? I did not get any form of leverage till several months in of being a client. Many clients do that. Let's see. The whole point of the snowball is the leverage. So you'll have savings plus cash flow. That's absolutely true, but it's not obligatory. Many clients do invest with their own money. Again, it's about creating that momentum. How much is the one-time fee? $59.95, as in 5,995. It's a paid upfront fee. It covers everything for 1 year, monthly meetings with your client success coach, quarterly meetings with your wealth coach, all of our mastermind groups, group coaching, all of those details are incorporated into their webinars, your portal of information, all of that, right? Our goal is for you to succeed. What does that mean? That means you're hitting your financial goals. You're going to eventually, you'll walk away from TARDIS being a fully empowered, fully educated investor that knows how to carry your strategy indefinitely. Excuse me. How much is the second year fee? Second year fees, they start at $199 a month. They go up to our invitation VIP program at $779 a month. And we have 4 membership levels. They're paid on a monthly basis, is that second year fee. Yeah. I don't see any. Somebody else said that they had more questions, and I don't see them in the chat. Oh, it was do we help our clients get a line of credit? Does anybody have any other additional questions? You guys made this super
Yeah,
easy.
I do have a question. So if you're like, so if somebody has $4,000 to invest, like first of all, how sure are we that those like the investment that they're doing will actually give those return? Is there a possibility where the investment that you guys would suggest that if you invest into those investment that maybe something can go wrong and those return that was promised will not be promised? Do you guys ever find that to be a reality where you promise that, hey, if you invest into this it will work, but then it doesn't work?
Is
I
there
guess that one.
Sorry, go ahead.
Huh? Well, that's the number one, and then number two will be, if you have $4,000 that you're investing, whatever you're investing in, are they paying you back those money like into your account on a monthly basis, or how does that literally, like, how does this actually work?
Yeah. Okay. So those are good questions, right? We're talking about the investing world. If anything is ever guaranteed, don't ever put your money there. Nothing in life is guaranteed, but we know, right? Death and taxes. So nothing is guaranteed. What you will do is you're going to have clear due diligence. You're going to have clear criteria on where you would or would not put your money. This is what you're working with on your coaches, both of them, right? Understanding why you would put your money here, here, and maybe not here. Maybe this didn't meet your criteria. So while we have vendors that we work with, you're never limited, nor are you in any way obligated to work with them. Okay. Your coaches are going to walk you through options that are going to be good options for you. Or let's say you come across an investment. They're going to walk you through how you would do it. How would you understand this type of investment? Should you decide to do it, how you would structure it? What's the due diligence you need to know? What's your backup plan? What if this investment doesn't pull through? And there's so much right within that contingency plan that applies for any kind of investing. This is the value of having these micro layers, right? So picture it when you're 5 layers thick in cash flow. Okay. You have one that's, halfway performing, let's say. Well, you have 4 others that are still performing and this one that's halfway. What does that mean? Okay, that means that we've got a small pivot to make, which is an adaptation that's easy to do. It might be the difference between $20 in cash flow a month and $40 in cash flow a month. But that's why we're doing these micro layers in investments that are producing regular, predictable monthly cash flow. Okay. How do these transactions actually take place? All of the assets that you purchase are in however you choose to title them. TARDIS never touches your money. We are not financial advisors. We don't get commissions in any way, shape, or form as the company, nor as coaches on any investment, period. Okay. So they're going to walk you through how each of these work. You're going to create accounts in your name. Some of these do an automatic transfer every single month. Others, right, if I look at some of my Snowball assets, I have to go into this account and I have to click transfer on a monthly basis. The money's there, it's available. That's how passive they are. Does that answer your questions?
Yep, yep.
Okay, all right. Let's see, we had a couple more in here. Janet Lee, I answered second year fees. Let's see, Kirk, what are the investments that create the monthly cash flow? What is the average ROI? Good questions. What are investments that create regular cash flow, monthly cash flow? The umbrella category, short-term amortized investments. Okay, you can Google them. You're going to come up with all sorts of options, right? Now we have vendors, Marquita, they cover all realms within the financial sphere. Okay. They might be based in real estate investment trusts, bridge loans, peer-to-peer lending. There may be funds, right? We work with vendors who have funds that they put together solely for TARDIS investors. Based on what I showed you today, this is at an average ROI of 8%. Okay, that's when we're looking at buy and hold, right? As an ROI. You get an even greater return investing in the sense of the strategy. Let's see another one. I'll do a couple more. If there's any lingering questions, drop them in the chat now. Marquita, did I answer that well enough on your vendors? What types of vendors do we have? Okay. What are the fee structure? Again, one-time upfront fee and monthly fee. We have no commissions in any way, shape, or form. The company or the coaches in any way, shape, or form. And Chris and Tanisha fit into that same boat. They don't take commissions either. Okay. Why is this investing better than the stock market? I would ask you the same question. How would small layers of well-diversified cash flow into investments that are paying you back on a principal and interest basis, how would that be a more effective way, giving you a higher level of cash flow, giving you a greater level of control of your money? How would that be a safer way to invest than dumping lump sums into a market built on speculation? That would be my question. Monthly fee, I went through that a couple of minutes ago. Let's see. Janet Lee, I'm not sure your question. There is no cash flow. Kirk.
She was talking about the stock market question, Tanya. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure
okay.
she was commenting on that, I think.
Thank you, Janet. Thank you, Janet Lee. Yes. Yes, there is no cash flow. Where is the control of your money? It's subject to speculation. Saquana, thank you for clarifying that. Kirk, what if you have bad credit? We have a lot of clients that are doing credit repair in various way, shape, or form, who have claimed bankruptcy. Again, you have coaches walking you through how to improve your credit. Can you use leverage? Do you already have a leverage source available you're not aware of? If not, how do we use your funds to build the cash flow to improve your credit, which is only going to open more options for you so you can build moving forward? Monthly fee, $199 a month up to $779 a month. We have four membership levels. This is only for starting second year and beyond. That first year fee covers everything for the first year. Emily had to step out. Okay. Did I hit all of the questions? Saquana, Kimberly, I don't know if you're both still on here. I know Saquana is. Do you ladies have anything you would add? There's your beautiful face, Saquana.
Yep, I'm back. Got Bryson from school. No, I thought I think you covered everything great. I don't have anything to add.
Okay. I don't know if Kimberly is still on here.
Oh, there's one more question. Someone that asked about the different levels for year 2.
Okay. Different levels for year 2. Is there a replay? Yes, we are live streaming Janet Lee on YouTube. You can go to YouTube to catch the replay or email your wealth coach and ask them. Okay. They'll be happy to share the link with you if it's, that's a simple way to go around it. Okay. Difference in the membership levels starting at year 2. It's all about how much support you need, right? We have the average life cycle of a client is 7 years. Okay. So some people come in and they've got 20 years. I was 20 years from hitting my goals when I became a client in 2017. I think it was like 23 years. Okay. So when I became a client then, but what we did in the first couple of years, we shrunk that goal down to an 8-year time frame, and then we accomplished it in 5. So we said, what else? What else can we do? What's more? What does that mean? Okay. So the different levels, right? When you move from year 1 to year 2, it depends on how much support you need. Do you still have a 15-year timeline? Okay. Well, your level of support, we're still early building that snowball, going through some of those steps. Maybe at this point you need a little less support than what you would need somebody who's a year out from reaching their goals or who's really starting to do other things with their strategy. Maybe they want to purchase real estate. Maybe they're moving into other kinds of assets, those kinds of things. So it's 100% subjective on where each person is. So the different levels are to cater to where everybody is and how much time, how much hands-on support that you need, what you're doing with your coach. Okay, that's what the different levels mean. Luca, you have your mic on. Do you have a question? Maybe not. All right. Everybody, thank you for coming today. Thank you for showing up, Sequana. I'm so glad you were here. Yeah. Any other questions? I'm going to drop my email in the chat.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, okay, as far as paying off debt as well, because that's what this does too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So does part of your cash flow and your income that you generate go partly to debt and
Yeah.
partly to paying off the line of credit?
Yes. Let me walk through what that looks like really quick because this is super important. Okay. If we're talking about using a strategy to pay off debt, when we go to purchase assets, we use some of that to pay off some debt. We're going to pay it off in larger chunks, but we still need to produce cash flow. We have a lot of people who come to us that say, oh, I did this debt snowball. I'm 58. I don't have a mortgage. And we can start taking Social Security in 3 years, but that's all we have for retirement, which is great. They have no debt, so their cost of living is a little bit lower, but they also don't have any income. So in reverse, what you can do is you'll use your strategy. Portion of it is going to go to pay off debt. A portion of it is to create income. Now we can use the increased income to pay off the debt even faster, right? So now envision this. Let's say it's that same mortgage situation. Now, instead of all of that only going to create income, we expedited paying off debt because we increased the income at the same time. But now that the mortgage is paid off, those credit cards are paid off, whatever that looks like, you have a higher level of income coming in. So that $4,000 a month that was helping to pay off those debts, now you already have it as income. Okay, so now you just put yourself up on a pedestal to accomplish your other goals even faster. Is there an installment plan to pay the initial fee of $59.95? No, every client has to pay it, put it on a card, use one that you get rewards for, but your coach will walk you through how to wrap it into your strategy to use your cash flow to replenish that. It's a super simple process. We have a lot of clients that use it that way. All right. Thank you, everybody, for showing up today. We are signing off. It was nice to see you. I put my email in the chat. By all means, drop me an email, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.